When he was about 1, he woke up from a nap, extremely pale, very lethargic, and vomiting. So took him to the ER. They were just treating him like he had been in there before for dehydration. They started to admit him. His blood sugar was over 300. His heart rate was 202. So we get to the hospital and there was a slew of doctors and nurses and a whole team ready for him. Took him to the OR fairly quickly. His small bowel was dead and full of gangrene. Basically, his intestines never adhered to the abdominal wall, and they were more free-floating and just got tangled up in themselves. After the surgery, they came back and told us that information and that there was nothing they could do for him, and that he wouldn't survive 48 hours. So talking with the surgeon, the word transplant came out of my mouth. The intestinal transplant, I didn't even know that that was a thing. You just try to think of anything that's going to save your child's life, and that word just came out. So he came back to us and said he had spoken with a surgeon, a transplant surgeon in the area who had just started an intestinal transplant program here at Riley. So of course we wanted to speak with him. He came and spoke with us, gave us information about how he could help David. You go through a lot of physical testing to be listed for a transplant. So we were probably home for about a month going through all of that process. And I remember his transplant coordinator calling me the day that he got listed. It was on a Friday. And she said, okay, so we're going to mail this pager. Now, you have to remember it's 20 years ago, or it'll be 20 years next week. They'll mail you a pager. You're going to get this. And okay, great. So he was listed on Friday, received his organ on Monday. They took him back to the operating room and removed all of his small bowel and a third of his large because that had been affected in that time frame.
I don't remember it, but it's painful because I know what she went through and I know what that other family went through. So
So David's donor was a child of similar age and size. Every year and every milestone with him, we always remember that family because without them making that selfless decision, I wouldn't have my son. Whenever they've had a pediatric transplant reunion, we've always gone.
But David has gone on to achieve everything he's wanted to do in his lifetime.
Watching him grow up, do everything that every other kid could do, as much as I wanted to wrap him in bubble wrap, there was no stopping him. He chased after his 2 big brothers and participated in every sport that his brothers did.
They've been protective of me because I'm the youngest, not just because of the transplant, but they taught me, you gotta hold your own.
He was the poster child for Donate Life. His poster was in all of the BMVs throughout the state of Indiana. When he got his driver's license, we took pictures next to the picture. Just watching him grow when we thought we never would has been amazing.